Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Metro. Let's dive into today's daily challenge. We're going to New York City. And we'll play on normal. Alright. Let's take this red line. Can we hook around this way, please? Okay, fine. We'll come this way. There, can you do that at least? Good. Go. Everybody go. Mini Metro, you're awfully loud today. Can't change your audio setting right here. Hold on. Put the CPU audio... Ooh, I got a 3 on the daily challenge. That's bad. Bottom 5% with my 3. Where are the options? Volume. Let's set that to medium, shall we? That's what I get for trying things without trying things. Alright, daily challenge, New York City. Here we go. We'll start off with the big red loop. And if that still gets too loud, I don't know, turn down the CPU audio slider. That's a thing I can do. I have multiple avenues of control. How about that? Oh, if only the world worked like OPS. Oh, if only the world worked like on base plus slugging percentage. That good but slightly overrated baseball statistic that had its moment, and then some people never adopted it, and the people who adopted it quickly moved on because, after all, WOBA's better. Oh God, it's early. It is 7:01 in the morning. Seriously. All right. Oh, how is everybody doing today? Let's see. Let's take a green line, draw it down here. I wanted to talk about Blizzard and Activision and that whole thing, because yeah, that whole thing sucks, doesn't it? I don't know, maybe I should just say that, because honestly, who needs to hear from the straight white guy about, well, anything, but especially this. There's very little to say. I've seen the reports, I've seen the accusations, I've seen the terrible statement that Blizzard Activision put out. I follow a lot of people on Twitter who work for Blizzard. One of my favorite streamers on here, a guy by the name of Devilor. Shout out Devilor. Go check out Devilor. He works for Blizzard. He's like their content creator relations manager or something like that. But yeah, that guy works for Blizzard, and he's just been retweeting all sorts of we're Blizzard employees and we're furious at Blizzard because Blizzard is shitty. And I mean, if there's ever been a time to dunk on your boss in public, this feels like a good time to dunk on your company in public. Still makes me nervous because, I'm nervous about everything. Let's take a line here, and I'll put another locomotive on the red line. I think we're also going to chop this purple line, send a blue line out to here. You do that. Great. You know what? Actually, let's have the purple line run there, and the blue line can run out through this circle, come down here, and we'll provide support to both of the circles that are going to give the red line trouble. There's a good idea. So basically, I don't know. I saw on Twitter that people are calling for I don't want to use the word strike, but boycott? Boycott. That's a good word. People aren't calling it a boycott, but boycott's the better word. People are calling for a general boycott of Blizzard Activision products today. Don't buy anything, don't play anything, don't stream anything, don't play WoW, don't play Overwatch, etc., etc. And on the one hand, yeah, that seems like a good thing. On the other hand, I don't know. Do you need to hear the _Goog ask you not to play Overwatch today? Let's take a locomotive and a line while we consider our place in society. Well, that was depressing. Let's look at this blue line. Is this blue line too long for just one locomotive? Probably. You want to put another one on it? Yeah, let's put another one on it. That'll be a good idea. So yes, pleasant, fun, uplifting discussions right off the bat here on Good Morning Mini Metro. Let's bring you up here. I want to take this circle off of the red line, off of the purple line, off of the red line. Yeah, I was right the first time. Probably should. Should probably also get a carriage on the red line at some point. That would be good. Here's another square for the red line. Doesn't really do anything. Oh, now we got a problem with this circle. You know what? Let's have the purple line clear that out. There we go. That'll be better. That'll get us through to Sunday at least. Then we'll take a carriage, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Come on. Locomotive and a carriage. Great. And we will slap that carriage on the red line, and that will help, hopefully. Here's a diamond that we'll put on the red line. Put this circle on the purple line, and then you'll terminate at the diamond? Terminate at the diamond means you'll be... Let's try it. Terminate at the diamond. Terminate at the diamond sounds like someone's ordering a hit at a casino in GTA, which is more interesting than most GTA Online missions, so that's good. What do we have down here? Is a triangle. That's not great. You are in a bad position. Let's see. I could just draw another line. Like I could chop this in half, draw an orange line, come out here. That's not a bad idea either, actually. What if we yank the blue line all the way back here? Come here. Send the blue line out through here. Pick up that, and call that good. And now you, Mr. Orange Line, can go circle, triangle, circle, like so. I don't know. Feels a little long and wonky. Don't I have 2 locomotives on the blue line? I do have 2 locomotives on the blue line. Does that present an issue? Maybe. Am I talking about the gameplay to avoid returning to the topic of the Activision Overwatch boycott? Absolutely. Oh, God. I just don't know what to add. I don't know. I think me from half an hour ago, when I had just barely woken up, had a more clear picture of what he wanted to say than me from right now does. Because, again, you don't need me to tell you that the culture at Blizzard is not great. Good morning, Pepito! First, as always. Let's just take, give me an interchange. That's probably a good thing to have. Yeah, we'll take an interchange. We'll slap it right here. I think we could use another locomotive here on the red line. Yeah, we could use another locomotive on the red line. What we could really use is a triangle, like right here. But that's not coming. You turn around and rescue that. Let's do something about this diamond. What are we going to do about this diamond? I don't know. Go circle, triangle, diamond, and up to the circle. No, Pepito, no motorways today. Instead, it is Wednesday, and we Metro on Wednesdays. Monday and Wednesday, we do Good Morning Mini Metro. Tuesday, Thursday, Good Morning Mini Motorways. And then Thursday nights, when we record the Friday episode, I think I like what we did last week, where I put it to a vote in the Twitch chat. Now, of course, I put it to a vote in the Twitch chat, and people wound up voting for both because I put both on the poll. I'm the one who put that option there. I think we might just do both on Thursday nights, actually. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Make the Friday episodes a little more special. You need to add me on Steam. I have some juicy screens from Motorways. Well, you know what, Pepito? You need to add me on Steam. Yeah. You know what? I'm streaming. I'm not going to put a link in. You put a link to your friend bio thing or whatever, and I will add you on Steam. I barely know how Steam works, and I've had Steam for a decade or more. It's got to be more, right? can't only be a decade that I've had steam. Steam's been around for functionally forever. Let's take a locomotive. I have an interchange at my central square already. I'm just going to take another carriage and provide further support for this desperately flailing red line. There we go. Oh, and now there's another unique at the end of the blue line. That's great. That starts with an earthquake. Alright, orange line gets another locomotive. We'll clear out this circle, whether it likes it or not. Green line, you can pick up this circle, because hey, it's not like you already have a ton of responsibility or anything. Purple line, oh right, I wanted to chop the purple line in half, because I don't actually want the purple line handling all of this interior stuff and being responsible for the northern island. So, oops. Circle there for the end of the green line, that'll be just fine. You come over here, you've got a bunch of triangles, why don't you clear out that? Of course, now there's plus signs piling up at the central square. Basically what I'm saying is the green line needs help. The green line needs a lot of help, and that help may come in the form of a half chopping. We'll see. Actually, yeah, there's multiple green stations on fire right now, which is a problem. It's not great. It's not what you want. Alright, you are going to come into the central square, drop everything, and rescue this. Thank you. How's everybody else doing? Not great. Purple line's on fire, too. Well, you go there. Okay, green line definitely needs attention, but it's not the only thing. So let's take a locomotive and... oh, I wanted a carriage. I wanted a carriage so badly there, and I didn't get it. Okay, alright, we'll take the line. Okay, purple line's gonna be fine, because you're gonna take this out yourself. Blue and orange lines are A-okay. I don't need to worry about them right now. The green line is not in great shape. Let's put a locomotive on the green line going out this way to clear out these stations. You will come in here, and by the time the central square catches fire, you'll be ready to pull the plus signs off of it. Ready? Pull the plus signs off of it. The central square is still on fire. Well, okay, the blue line needed to come in and help. Blue line, come in and help some more. Thank you. Now you are going all the way out there. That's fine, I guess. There's another circle for you. Why don't you turn around right here, rescue that station for me? Thank you. This station, these two stations actually, both are in need of rescue, and the central square's on fire. So great, 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 great. Good work, all. Happy to be a participant. You are gonna come. You're gonna turn around right here because this guy has triangle, plus sign, all of which need to go back in that direction. You aren't doing anything until you hit the plus sign. So, foop, 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 foop. Okay, you're going to hit the plus sign. Great. And now, come back this way to clear out that guy. And you go on the green line, for lack of a better option. Okay, did I plan that right? Yes, both of these stations are clear for the moment. You're coming into the central square, which is not great, but you know what? It's fine. Here, you take that. The red line's on fire. Is there anything I can do about the red line right now? Not really. Kinda busy. Green line, you are on the most fire. I might need to borrow something from the orange line. Yeah, let's borrow something from the orange line to rescue everything. This is fine. This is fine. Oh boy, here's a circle for the end of the blue line. That's actually a fairly helpful circle. Get those uniques flowing in both directions. Mr. Purple Line, you turn around right here. We're up over 1,500, which feels like a good score, but not a great score. I think the green line's full of locomotives, so there's not much I can do right now. Is that correct? No, I could put another locomotive on the green line. Let's not pull from the orange line, though. The orange line is full. Instead, let's rescue from the blue line. Okay. Red line's okay. You are going to hit the plus sign and turn around right here. That station is still on fire. It is Sunday evening, however. Can we survive? Locomotive and... damn it, no carriage! Okay, give me a line, and let's pause. We need to draw a line coming out of this station right now, because that's the only way this station gets saved. So, coming out of this station will go circle, triangle, down to the central square. That'll clear that out. All right. Thank you for that, Pepito. I shall befriend you momentarily. Okay, now, this is totally clear. You are full of triangles. You can come rescue this station right here. You are full of plus signs. You are going to hit this circle right here and then jump forward. Actually, you need to clear out this station from this side, too. Okay, you are full of plus signs. You can rescue this guy right here. At some point, I'm going to want to give this yellow line more and or different responsibilities. But not right now. Alright, let's just make sure that we're not suddenly dead. Okay, we're not dead. Great. That's good. That central square is so... You're not wrong, Pepito. You're definitely not wrong. Let's actually turn the blue line back on itself. Give that circle here. Purple line is also on fire, by the way. Actually, yeah, the purple line is on fire. The orange line is on... Every line except... Actually, every line except presently the blue line is on fire. And the blue line is super duper long and has one locomotive. So, yeah. That's great. Good morning, Forgotten Donut. Or I suppose good evening? Afternoon? No, it's afternoon for Pepito, so it must be good evening for Forgotten Donut. Good evening, Donut. Oh boy. Let's see. I think this station is just on fire. Good 9 p.m. to you as well, says Donut, just as New York falls apart. Oh, that's a shame. 1,694 passengers over 57 days. Not a bad score for New York. Not great. Well, never mind then. Top 5%. I'll take it. Especially when you consider, I mean, look. Korokun, you're not even subtle. Ghost Cop, you're not even subtle. Kirito's hashtag stand with Thailand, you're not even subtle. Weird ASCII character name, you're not even subtle. Congratulations to Mr. Japanese Character Man and Nelson and this string of numbers for your legitimate top scores. How about that? How about that? All right. Let's do another level of Mini Metro here. We've got time. Actually, you know what? We've got so much time. I'm going to do something I haven't done in forever. Let's do an endless mode. Yeah. Stations don't overcrowd. We're trying to build for efficiency. What's my worst endless score? 131 in Chicago. Looks like that might be the winner. 130 in Sao Paulo. We could do Sao Paulo. Oh, 102 in Cairo. Now, granted, that's Cairo, and I hate Cairo, but... screw it. Let's do Cairo. We can beat 102, probably. All right. So we're going to do Endless. We're going to play in Cairo. This will be our second and final level. Goog's got a very international stream. That is something I've noticed just in general with Good Morning Mini Metro. And that, I mean, it makes sense. When you think about it for more than 1 second and you take off your myopic glasses and realize that there is life outside of the eastern seaboard of the United States of America, it makes sense that, let's take 2 more tunnels because I'm going to need tunnels. You come over here. It makes sense that there will be people, like when it is 9 o'clock in Australia or the middle of the afternoon in Paris, it makes sense that people in those areas, I almost said those people, like, who are you saying those people? No, it makes sense that people in those areas would be more inclined to watch some dope on Twitch versus it is 7 o'clock in the US, it is 4 o'clock in Los Angeles right now. Now, granted, I have a friend who lives in Los Angeles who has been sending me messages, but he's a bartender. He keeps weird hours. As we all know, Australia isn't real, and it's just a globe head myth, so maybe there is only America. Maybe there is. Who's to say? Maybe this is all a soundstage in Jupiter, Florida. Maybe I'm the literal Truman Show. More people would be watching if I was the literal Truman Show. Although, if I was the Truman Show, would that make twitch.tv/the_goog a show within a show? Huh. I should hope not, because I can't compete with the Itchy and Scratchy Show. That's a much better show within a show. Oh, Pepito has shown off. My God, Pepito. My goodness. Let's show off this thing right here for the Pepito just shared with us. Boop, boop, and left monitor, boop. Like so. 5,478. That's an impressive number. Look at this. This is... Okay, the thing that I'm learning, just based off of this and kind of in general, more roads. Just have more roads that go to more places. Like, have roads that connect places multiple ways, rather than, like, what I tend to do with mini motorways is I funnel everything into a central roundabout or a network of roundabouts, and inevitably, things get jammed. So, no, having multiple roads to multiple destinations is probably for the best. Definitely for the best. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that, Pepito. Meanwhile, over here, I've got a ridership milestone, so let's take a locomotive and another line. Oh. A Forgotten Donut says, it's wild that Goog Truman also started a Twitch because he wanted to be famous, not realizing he's already famous. That would be... I mean, listen, if they made The Truman Show today, Truman would absolutely have a Twitch channel. He would absolutely have a Twitch channel. And, like, it's weird because if Truman had an actual Twitch channel, it would blow up and the secret would be blown immediately. So they would have to fake a Twitch channel for Truman. Let's take a locomotive and a line. And now we're okay. So they would right, if Truman had a Twitch channel and it was on legit Twitch... Oh, Jer, you need The Truman Show is a great movie. The Truman Show is a great movie, which, I mean, considering it was made in the 90s, it barely foresaw reality TV. Never mind, like, Twitch and live streaming and all of that. The Truman Show is a great movie. It's a great movie. It's one of Jim Carrey's best actual, like, dramatic acting performances. It's a fantastic movie. I love The Truman Show. Right, if Truman had a real Twitch channel, it would blow up and the secret would be blown immediately. So they would have to fake one. Oh, God, damn it. I never say this, but I very rarely say this. Now I want to see a remake of The Truman Show. Oh my God. Let's take a locomotive and I will take a carriage and we'll slap a carriage on this enormous blue loop I've got going here. Alright, so, how are we doing? We are up at 20 passengers installing. Well, that's great. Forgotten Donut says Jim Carrey's best performance is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I have never seen that. I've heard good things, but I have never seen Eternal Sunshine. So, we all have a lot of shames. Like, we all have a lot of shameful movies that we've never seen. For me, it's a lengthy list. We all have lengthy lists. We'll take a locomotive and another line, I guess. Pepito says, after seeing... I think that's a sequel, isn't it? Now, granted, it's also a terrible movie, and I've heard it's a terrible movie, so I don't blame you for not wanting to see more sequels and reboots and stuff. But I think it's a sequel more than a remake of Space Jam. Oh, good to have you here nonetheless, Jer. Always good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's take a locomotive, put it on the red line here. Could probably do with another line coming out of here. Why don't you pop that and that. Come down, grab this star, why don't you? We'll take this diamond away from you. And you can go circle, circle, diamond, and then terminate at that same triangle. There. Chop up the work on that line right there. Okay, you come out to here. You want to do all of that? Great. Okay. So, let's take a locomotive and another carriage. You know what? Why don't we just yank the red line down here so nothing gets too clogged? You go there, we'll put another locomotive on the gray line, and we'll put a carriage on the blue loop, like so. And we're up at a whopping 30 passengers. Alright, you come out to here. A Forgotten Donut wants to see the Goog's top 3 movie remakes. Ooh. Let's take a carriage. Now, presumably you don't mean, like you're not including adaptations where a book was adapted into a movie. That's a different thing. Let's run the red line up to here. Top 3 movie remakes. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know. Gonna have to think about that. For one thing, again, I am not the person who has seen a super ton of movies, so it's difficult. I don't know. I'm just gonna think through the topic for a while here. Like, try to remember what remakes I've actually seen. Like, I saw the I saw the 2017 edition of Beauty and the Beast in theaters. We'll take a locomotive and a carriage. I should probably deploy those somewhere. Can you grab... No, you're going to be ugly about that. I kind of don't want to do a whole line dedicated to getting that square, but you know what? I think we need a whole line dedicated just to getting that square. So I saw the 2017 remake of Beauty and the Beast, and I loved it in the moment, but I think that in retrospect, I mostly loved it in the moment because 1, I love the original, 2, I have a massive crush on Emma Watson. So, I mean, I will stand by both of those positions. Those are good, accurate positions to hold. However, it's difficult to defend that movie the more you see and think about it. Yeah, it's well, I've seen it multiple times since, and well, anyway, let's take a carriage. Let's help out this gray line. This gray line could use a little bit of assistance. We'll do a carriage there and a carriage there. Let's put another locomotive on the orange and green lines. That'll probably help as well. Hey, look, a diamond for the gray line. This gray line could probably use a chopping. But not much I can do about that right now. You go up to here. I am still thinking about the top 3 movie remakes. Mostly because I still haven't seen a bunch of movies. You come up to here. Can we round this corner now? Yes, we can. Great. That means I can kill this yellow line. Just kill it dead. There's no reason for it to exist. Here's another locomotive for the gray line. Okay. So, what other movie remakes have I even seen? Like, I'm going through my list of I'm going through my personal list of favorite movies, and none of them are remakes. I didn't see the Ghostbusters remake, or soft sequel, or whatever. Let's take a carriage. Put a locomotive and a carriage on that line. Remake or reboot. And again, I say, You know, for all the ones that have come out, I don't know. I mean, Mad Max Fury Road is just a sequel, right? It's just another part of the movie franchise. We'll take a locomotive and a carriage as we hit another ridership milestone. Let's put that carriage on this Singleton Gray Line train that doesn't have one already. Oh, I mean, again, the new Star Wars trilogy, one, aside from Force Awakens, which I will still defend as being a very good, very fun movie-going experience, none of those are actual remakes. They're just sequels. Let's see. But yeah, I really like Force Awakens. Force Awakens is, like, say what you will about the rest of that trilogy, and I will be the first to say the rest of that trilogy, I thought Last Jedi was good, but not great. And by saying that Last Jedi is good but not great, I am managing to offend everyone, which is impressive. I think it's impressive that I've found a take that can offend literally everyone. The best Star Wars movie, to pivot into a topic I can sort of talk about for a second. The best Star Wars movie as a movie is either Empire Strikes Back or A New Hope. The most fun Star Wars movie is A New Hope. Period. It's been so long since I saw Empire that maybe I'm just forgetting all of the things Empire does that make it a truly great movie. I remember having more fun with A New Hope. And Star Wars movies are supposed to be fun. Alright, this is another awful circle out here, so let's draw a line specifically to get it. Hey look, the yellow line has purpose again. You can go out here. There you go. And you can grab those. And you know what? Let's give this yellow line a bit more work to do. You can go do that. You just hook around like so. That'll be fun. I mean, episode 3 is just terrible. Honest to God, terrible. I would not be surprised. I would not be stunned if at some point soon-ish, maybe in a decade or so, Disney tries to remake the prequel trilogy. I would not be surprised about that. Remake the prequel trilogy, change the canon a little bit, make a bunch of money. I can see that being a thing Disney would do. So yeah, what the hell are my top 3 movie remakes? What's my top 1? Good God. I have not named one that I've actually seen. Okay, just to name one that I've actually seen, I think it was Guy Ritchie. I don't remember the director off the top of my head. But there is a version of Psycho starring Anne Heche that is like a shot-for-shot remake of the original Psycho. I've seen that, and it's a good movie because it's a shot-for-shot remake of the original Psycho. So, there you go. Also, people don't like the Star Wars prequels. People say they like the Star Wars prequels because they don't like the Star Wars sequels. Yeah, Vince Vaughn's in that. Vince Vaughn and Anne Heche in Psycho. It's a weird movie. And I'm not even kidding when it is a shot-for-shot remake. But yeah, it's fine. It's good. It's Psycho. Just with, just not quite as good because it doesn't have that je ne sais quoi. But, Psycho's a good movie, Jer. You should see The Truman Show before you see Psycho, but you should also see Psycho. Pepito comes in with the take that Star Wars... oh my God. Am I going to be a Star Wars fan Twitcher? That's not a thing now. Hey, you know what? Views are views and engagement is engagement. Screw it. Let's poison the discourse. Let us drink from this poisoned chalice. What was I saying? Yeah, this is a rabbit hole. I'm trapped now. It's all Star Wars all the time here on Good Morning Mini Metro. The more we talk about Star Wars, the less we can talk about my awful performance here on Cairo. Let's take a locomotive and another carriage. This'll all be fine. As long as I keep getting, a little carriage here and there. Can I put another... I can put another locomotive on the blue line, and I just haven't been doing that. Let's do that. And what else? Okay, diamonds are piling up here, so gray line, you get another locomotive. Have fun. Locomotive and a carriage. Look, just like that. You put shit on the blue line gets better. How about that? All right, here's a carriage for you, buddy. Okay. So, episode 7. Here's my problem with what are we calling it? The sequel trilogy? The sequel trilogy. Here's my problem with the sequel trilogy. They had one good movie. And all it is a remake of A New Hope. We will take a locomotive and a carriage. They had that movie, and they said, let's make it a trilogy, And then they never sat down and made a plan. They never sat down and actually made a plan. Like, at some point, you have to say to yourselves, we are making 3 movies. We are making a The problem is, they did not say we're making a trilogy. They said, let's make 3 movies. So they made 1 movie, and it was good. It was really good. It was a lot of fun. It made a fuck ton of money. And, it made 3 big stars, and everyone was like, okay, we've got something here. We've got Poe, we've got Finn, we've got Rey, we've got a trilogy. Let's go. And then they were like, what do we do for the next one? And at no point did they ever stop and say, what do we do for the whole thing? Like, what do we do for the whole trilogy? They were just like, make a movie. Okay, we made a movie. And then after 7, they hired Rian Johnson and were like, hey, Ryan, make a movie. And he had no roadmap, no design document, no nothing. And he was like, okay. And he made a movie. We'll take a locomotive and a carriage. And you know what? Again, Last Jedi is good. There are parts of The Last Jedi that I absolutely love. Absolutely love. Like the Holdo maneuver, as it comes to be known later in the trilogy. That shot with the ship going right through the thing. This is the level of high quality discourse you get on twitch.tv/the_goog. I just want to repeat the words that just came out of my mouth. That shot with the ship going right through the thing. That's what I just said. That's what you came here for. Anyway, let's put another locomotive and carriage on this yellow line because it's kind of ridiculous. And by ridiculous, I mean bad. Okay. So Rian Johnson makes his movie, and he makes a good movie. But in making that movie, he makes a lot of choices and a lot of decisions, and he says a lot of things. And if they had a cohesive roadmap where it was like, yes, we will say these things, and then we will follow up on them with this, that, and the other. Like, in Last Jedi, Rian Johnson asserts almost definitively that Rey is nobody and her backstory doesn't matter. Which is a fantastic thing to say, and I'm so glad that he said it. And then when they made the 3rd movie, JJ was like, no, actually, wait, no, she's a Skywalker. She's a Skywalker, guys. And also a Palpatine, guys. So they made... I don't know, I'm mad about Star Wars. God, I am the straightest, whitest man on the internet. I'm mad about Star Wars at 7:38 in the morning. Wedges are piling up here at the central square. Let's put a carriage on the red line. Do we want to put another locomotive on the red line? Nah, I think that's okay. We'll put a carriage. Actually, no, I don't have another carriage for the yellow line. Well, then we'll put a locomotive on the yellow line. How about that? I think we've blown past our personal best on Cairo. That's good. One more locomotive to spend. Looks like stars are an issue. Where are the stars? They're on the red line. Oh, they just got picked up. Great. Can I put anything on the blue line? No. How's the orange line looking? Kind of bad. How's the yellow line looking? Worse. Here you go. Okay. The rage of Star Wars fuels the Goog and the trains. You're not wrong. So, The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson asserts almost definitively, Rey is nobody, her backstory doesn't matter. Anyone can have the Force, it's not just a Skywalker Palpatine thing. And also, oh by the way guys, war is bad. He asserts these 3 major things, all of which are kind of antithetical to Star Wars to this point. And a certain sector of the internet gets up in arms about it, because how dare you say that Rey's family doesn't matter after we spent so long speculating about it? What do you think you are, a storyteller? Fuck you. So the internet gets mad about it, and rather than having had a plan, like if Disney had a... Lucasfilm, Disney, whatever, J.J. Abrams, whoever you want to blame, if they had a plan going in, they could have stuck to the plan and said, no guys, listen, we have a plan. We're telling a story here. And in the third part of this trilogy, we will have a conclusion to all of the threads we left dangling, and we will have follow-ups on the massive reveals we dropped in the second movie. Because we're doing a trilogy here, and that's what you do when you're doing a trilogy here. But they didn't do that, because they didn't have a plan. They made a movie, and the reaction to that movie was, let's say, intense. And because they didn't have a plan, all they had was J.J. fucking Abrams going, oh, they didn't like that one. Well, it didn't happen. Actually, Rey totally matters. She's a Palpatine. How is she a Palpatine? I don't know. How does Emperor Palpatine come back? Fortnite. I don't know. And then they made Rise of Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker's a disaster. It's a fucking disaster. There are some fun moments, but it's a fucking disaster. Oh god, I have not been catching up on the chat. So, A Forgotten Donut. Actually, let's read this from Pepito. I would rather watch Samurai Cop than Star Wars 7 through 9. Well, I'm sorry, Pepito. We've been talking about it for 20 minutes. Forgotten Donut says, hot take, I kind of like that they like that they didn't have a plan. The idea of having 3 different directors take on these stories and change it all up is so interesting on paper. First of all, they did not have 3 different directors. They had J.J. Abrams, then Rian Johnson, then J.J. Abrams again, who got mad and threw a fit over the fact that Rian Johnson didn't do what J.J. Abrams wanted to do. Let's take a locomotive and a carriage. The mistake was hiring JJ for 9 and not getting a new director because he just wanted to ignore 8. I mean, yes. Listen, you want to talk about movie remakes? You remember when we were talking about movie remakes? The first Star Trek movie. The first Chris Pine Star Trek movie. That's a good movie remake. That's one that I liked. So that can be number 2 on this very long Goog's Top 3. Actually, that's probably number 1. I probably like that more than the Psycho remake. Okay, well, I'm sure at some point we'll have another one. Where are these pentagons? These pentagons keep piling up. Oh, they're on the Gray Line. Well, I can't put another locomotive on the Gray Line, so deal with it, Gray Line. Here, Orange Line, you get a locomotive. Having a different director take what The Last did and run with it could have been so good. If they had said, okay, new guy, stand-in new person over here. You saw Force Awakens, you saw Last Jedi. What's episode 9? Maybe that could have gone somewhere. I think it would have been better if they had a plan. Honestly, I think it would have been better if they had a plan and gave the whole trilogy to JJ than what happened. Because what happened was JJ threw a fit. And at least half of episode 9 was dedicated to throwing said fit and undoing everything that happened in 8. If they gave JJ the trilogy from the start, then at the very least, it would have been JJ's idea all the way through. Now, granted, we've seen that JJ often doesn't know where JJ's going when he starts things, but, JJ Abrams is the Vince Russo of Hollywood. And that makes sense to maybe Forgotten Donut. Maybe. Pepito gets mad at me for spoilers. Well, too bad. Don't forget poor Kelly Marie Tran. Yes, I don't know. One of many reasons that I hate episode 9. Because episode 9 was so dedicated to throwing out everything that episode 8 did, that means they threw out Rose, who was fine. And because episode 8 had tied Rose to Finn, they threw out Finn. And now you've got, we'll take a locomotive and a carriage, by the way. Like, this says nothing of all of the shit that has happened to John Boyega in the years now? In the time since episode 9. Yeah, it's been years. In the time since episode 9 and the end of that trilogy and all of the shit that he's gone through. It's fucking awful. It's fucking awful. Like, this, all of this is just talking about the movies as movies, and we're not even talking about the cultural bullshit that they put everybody through, which is bullshit. John Boyega deserved better. Pepito asks if I hate myself. I mean, yes, but I don't know how that's relevant to this conversation. Probably would have been better with a plan. I love the risks that 8 took, and I wish we could have... Yes! I really like an awful lot of The Last Jedi. If they had had a plan to follow up on that, would have been better. I will be stealing the Vince Russo comment for all of my friends who like wrestling to enjoy being confused about that outlook. I'm sure I'm not the first person to have the take that by having a good start but having no idea where it's going and flubbing it horribly in the end, J.J. Abrams is the Vince Russo of Hollywood. But I like it. It's a good take. Oh, goodness. This has been a very long rant out of what started as just a Goog's top 3, and I still don't have a number 3 for Hollywood movie remakes that I've seen. What other Hollywood movie remakes have I seen? It's a good question, actually. This is me sitting here realizing I probably don't have a number 3. I've got to have a number 3 somewhere. There have been so many. Can we pretend that Atomic Blonde is just a remake of a James Bond movie? Because it basically is a James Bond movie. It's just not a remake. Oh, number 3 is Johnny Cash's version of Hurt. That's not a movie, though, unless you count the music video. But if we're counting music videos, then we're counting video games. And if we're counting video games, then the answer is, Mass Effect Legendary Edition is 1. I have a carriage I haven't deployed. Let's put that literally anywhere. I'm sure it'll help. Here, Yellow Line, you get a carriage. Video game remakes is like number 1 is Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Number 2 is... Now I'm blanking on that. Great. Good work, Self. Every iteration of MLB The Show is just a further iteration. It's just a remake of the year before it. Pepito asks, who the hell is Vince Russo? The short answer, because we don't have time for a long answer, it is 7:45 in the morning. The short answer is that Vince Russo is a wrestling writer. He is a professional writer, best known for having worked with the World Wrestling Federation and WCW at the times when they were very popular. And at times, Mr. Russo's creative ideas were very successful, and he was lauded as a very good writer. And at other times, they were less successful, and he was derided as a racist, sexist, bigoted, awful hack. I tend to fall in the latter camp, but sometimes he had good ideas. So, yeah. Okay, are we going to hit this next threshold here? Do I have to cast the ancient ritual of hit one more threshold? I think we may need to do that. All right. Just think about that beautiful 10-man tag we're going to get. Oh, tonight. That will be fun. That will be fun. So, to finally wrap up Goog's top 3, I'm going to go with my number 3 best movie remake is the shot-for-shot remake of Psycho with Vince Vaughn and Anne Heche. My number 2 best movie remake is the first Chris Pine Star Trek movie. And my number 1 is screw you, Mass Effect Legendary Edition is totally a movie, and therefore the answer is Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Oh, the rumors? The rumors, A Forgotten Donut? That perhaps there may be some Valkyries riding, or a cult of personality may emerge? I've heard no such rumors. I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. Of course. So yes, number 3, shot-for-shot remake of Psycho. Number 2, the first Chris Pine Star Trek. Number 1, fuck you, it's Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Fuck your rules. So that is Goog's top 3, which took forever, 23 minutes ago, OBS tells me. So I'm glad we did that. We're not going to get him tonight, Donut. We're going to get Punk the Wednesday before All Out in Chicago. And we're going to get Brian either at All Out or... Yeah, we're going to get Punk the Wednesday before All Out. We're going to get Brian at All Out. That is my official prediction. And I think that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Metro. We blew past our the personal best score in Cairo. It was 102, and now it's 172 on Endless. I'm very happy with that. Top 5% in the daily challenge on New York City. Also pretty proud of that. And we had a very lively discussion with A Forgotten Donut and Pepito about movie remakes and Star Wars and, okay, mostly just Star Wars. It's funny, I started this stream by being like, what is my place as a white man in society to talk about this company that's been plagued by sexual harassment charges, and you shouldn't play Activision games today, and da-da-da-da-da. And then we wound up spending half an hour talking about Star Wars. Because at the end of it, I am, after all, a white man on the internet. All right, that's enough evangelizing from me. That's probably not the word. Self-deprecating? It's probably also not quite the word, but closer. Point is, we're wrapping up the stream. All right. Thanks, everybody on YouTube, for watching. That's going to be the end of the episode. I will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of Good Morning Mini Motorways. You can look forward to that. Also, later today, there's another episode of Let's Play Mass Effect Legendary Edition coming up, so look forward to that as well. Thank you all so much for watching, folks on YouTube. Are we going to get to 180? We got to 180. Great. Locomotive and a carriage. You can pretend that my top score was 181, basically. Here. Carriage for the Gray Line. Have a good day, YouTube. Bye-bye.